The usually cold and unapproachable goddess turns out to be a love-struck maniac, obsessed with me. She plastered her house with posters of me, even made a body pillow out of my clothes. She even wrapped up the eraser I used as the gloomy otaku in class. I never really had any friends, and the goddess I secretly liked. Lijin always ignored me, but one day during class I couldn't find my eraser. Lijin surprisingly handed me one. I was stunned. She actually lent me her eraser. Did she notice I was troubled? She really is a gentle girl. But then I heard mocking voices nearby. Why are you so excited? You look disgusting. Don't talk to him. He's so gloomy. Thinking someone actually cares about him, so gross. Those words snapped me back to reality. Lijin probably lent it to me because she saw me frantically looking around for my eraser and thought it was disgusting. But the truth is, she stole my eraser and carefully preserved it, but I knew nothing about it. I even regretted not introducing myself when returning it. One day, during our monthly shopping time, I followed my usual route and unexpectedly ran into Lijin. She wore an outfit I had never seen before. I wanted to greet her right away, but I suddenly recalled the recent mocking from classmates, especially the part where they said, "I really don't want to run into that gloomy guy on a rare day off," so I decided not to say hi. But after going home, Lijin secretly tracked my shopping route and noted how handsome the monk-like classmate looked in his long robe. The next day, I practiced saying good morning again and again on the playground, hoping to greet Lijin and leave a good impression. The classmates saw this and mocked me greeting people early in the morning like a creep. So ridiculous. If you become friends with that guy, you'll turn weird too. I felt defeated. So this is how they see me. ... But I didn't know my greeting was completely recorded by none other than Li Jion the next day. She even turned it into her alarm ringtone and used it every morning to wake up even after failing many times. I didn't give up. I decided to seek advice from the senior who confessed to 10 girls every day. I told him there's a girl I wanted to talk to. He said, "You need to lure her into conversation with a topic you're good at." So I tried near Lijin. I loudly said, "I'm really looking forward to the new isekai manga, and that Legend of Saru game looks amazing too." But she didn't react at all. The senior saw that my target was Lijin. He comforted me, saying, "She's easy to approach, but you're hopeless, just give up." But what I didn't know was right after school, Lijin rushed to a bookstore and bought a bunch of isekai manga. Meanwhile, I was still asking the senior for advice, but all he did was tell me to give up. A week later, it was time to change seats by some chance. I got seated next to Lijin. I realized it was a great chance to introduce myself, so I bowed and said my name, but she stayed silent after a while. I heard her cold voice. I know I was thrilled, but then the blonde-haired bully moved my desk away. He shouted, "Everyone must be disappointed to have such a gloomy guy next to them, especially Lijin." Although I knew he had a point this time, I decided to stand up for myself. Just as the bully tried to steal the fortune slip I drew, I realized it was missing. Lijin had secretly taken it home, holding it tightly. Thinking, I won't give this to anyone else. The next day, a new transfer student arrived, Fushon. She was gentle and cute. All the otaku boys in class instantly fell for her. They wildly imagined she liked them. But she became best friends with Lijin one day. Lijin's notebook fell. Fushon picked it up and found a photo of me. She was curious. Why did Lijin have my photo? Maybe she wanted to buy these glasses. She looked up and saw Lijin staring dreamily at the picture. No way. Why would Lijin make that face at such a gloomy guy? And there wasn't just one photo. Could she be targeting this guy's life? When Fushon found out the truth, she freaked out in her eyes. Lijin's crush should at least be a handsome guy, but the guy in the photo looked so ordinary. She decided to check me out and became even more convinced I was gloomy. She immediately tried to talk sense into Lijin. If you're going to date someone, at least pick a better guy to prove her point. Fushon decided to test me herself. She walked up to me and invited me to lunch. saying Lijin would come too. I accepted without hesitation such a strange group, but the senior confidently said, Fushan. Must be falling for you that caught me off guard, but then Fushan asked, what are you good at? Tengsen-kun, what are your hobbies? How do you rank in exams? What's your sense of fashion like? Don't tell me. You have no strengths at all. I was speechless. Seeing me silent, she turned to Lijin and asked, you don't like guys with no strengths? Right. You should wake up, but Lijin immediately replied, Tengsen-kun likes manga and games. He's good at swimming. His midterm rank was 153. His special skill is pen spinning. Fushan was stunned that afternoon after lunch with Lijin. I felt flustered. I opened my desk, but my book was gone. Lijin coolly asked, "Want to read it together?" I was shocked, really. I thought she'd dislike me for acting useless during lunch break. But I got to share a book with her. The scent of the goddess beside me was overwhelming. I couldn't even hear the teacher after school. I felt like I was floating. The senior told me to hurry, but I wanted to go back and thank Lijin maybe. I could grow closer to her, but then I saw her putting on plastic gloves and carefully wrapping the book I had used. Did she hate me after all? Thus began a misunderstanding. Turns out Lijin was once the outcast in elementary school, always called gloomy by others. But now she changed herself and became the most dazzling one. I felt like I couldn't even compare. I feared that I might annoy her. Maybe she already hated me, but I won't give up. I'll change her impression of me. Meanwhile, Fushan kept persuading Lijin to give up on me, but Lijin replied, "He's just not good at expressing himself, and I'm not the goddess Tengsen-kun imagines. So I act cold to avoid him learning too much about me, but I knew none of this. All I thought about was forming a team with my desk partner on the next field trip. It was a chance to redeem myself, so I started researching online. How to dress to leave a good impression on girls, but the school heartthrob saw me. She grabbed my phone and asked, "You like these clothes?" I explained I just wanted to look good for the group. They immediately guessed it was for Lijin. Then said, "We have to wear gym uniforms on the trip." I was crushed, but the heartthrob suddenly lifted. My face grabbed my hair and commented, "Your eye shape's not bad if you want to improve. Fix your hair and eyebrows, either tie it up or cut it so your eyes show." I took her advice and cut off all my long hair the next day. I came to school with a completely new look. Someone ran to inform the heartthrob. She saw my new hairstyle and everyone burst into laughter. Hearing the laughter, I knew something was wrong. I looked at the heartthrob and Lijin, but they pretended not to know me. I screwed up. I misunderstood everything at the foot of the mountain. I told myself not to give up so early. The day had just begun. I kept introducing various plants to her, even brought a field guide, but she just looked at her phone. I thought I was boring, but in truth, Lijin had been secretly taking pictures of me all day while I was trying to improve my image. I failed completely. A group of mean girls came over mocking me. "So this is that dork who looks like Nobita, and he wants to impress his groupmates. If you want to be liked, at least give a decent gift." That suddenly enlightened me along the road. I kept looking around. Then I saw a beautiful flower. I secretly slipped away, planning to pick it for Lijin. But as soon as I grabbed it, I slipped and fell. Right as Lijin saw it, she lunged toward me and we both tumbled down the slope. Luckily, it wasn't too steep. Lijin asked if I was okay, then urged me to hurry up, but my foot hurt. She immediately bent down to check. She asked why I left the group shyly. I held out the flower, but the petals had all fallen. I was embarrassed. To break the awkwardness, I laughed and apologized while searching on the ground, but tears welled up. Why does it always end like this? ... I apologized to Lijin, wiping away my tears, and said, "Please don't hate me." But she grabbed my hand and said with deep emotion, "I don't hate you. Even if you fail or get mocked, you never give up." But I've given up on so many things and hid my true self. I feel like I wronged you, Tengsen-kun. You're actually my idol. I blushed hard. Our classmates found us just then afterwards. We got scolded harshly by the teacher, but I felt like I had taken a step closer to the person I had always dreamed of.